Today, I tried to beat Dark Souls on a Wii remote.
No.
In order to do this, I had to code a custom script to read the input of the Wii remote and remap it to the output with the corresponding keyboard or mouse buttons. This was probably the easiest part of it all, and I had no idea what I was in for. This script can be found on my GitHub account if for whatever reason you want to try and attempt this. The most important controls I made were swing right hand equals attack, swing left hand equals parry, this was added later in the playthrough, nunchuck joystick equals look around, D-pad equals walk around, dodge equals B, block equals C, and I remapped the rest of the controls to other things as well, but these are the main controls I used. Getting used to the controls took a while, about an hour. And in learning them, I accidentally killed this innocent man. Surely that won't be a bigger issue later.
No, I didn't mean to. Bro, I didn't mean to do that.
I slowly made my way around the first boss arena, and had a harder time trying to get around the tiny hallways with my Wii remote camera. The nunchuck joystick really sucks compared to the other controllers, and of course, the remote I have had really bad stick drift. I finally attempted the Asylum Demon for the first time.
Yeah, eat shit, bro. Oh my god. I can't. Why doesn't it work?
The boss fight was still pretty easy and only took me a couple of tries. Once I made it past the skeletons. That was the real challenge.
That shit was easy, bro.
I then got airlifted out of the prison and dropped off at Firelink Shrine, which is a Dark Souls main hub.
Damn, bro.
Here, the Wii remote made me accidentally increase my intelligence instead of strength. Don't worry, I never made that mistake again. I talked to the NPCs around me, who said I needed to ring 2 bells. So I made my way towards the castle with relative ease. After lighting the Undead Berg bonfire, I was able to continue making my way to the next boss fight. But it took me a couple of tries to make it, as I was still not used to the controls yet. I also died in the most predictable trap ever. I made it back and tried to take on this knight, since they have a chance to drop their sword or shield. That was not happening. I gave up on trying to fight every enemy and ran past them all, towards the boss arena. Surprisingly, this worked very well, and I was able to get to the Taurus Demon. I had no idea bro could jump up here.
Okay, I don't have an idea. What? Bro, I didn't know you could come up here.
But after that, it was a pretty easy fight, since you can roll in between his legs, dodging his attacks. But of course I died with him on one hit.
No. Oh my god, I saw it. No! Bro, are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's not even funny.
I didn't beat him on my 4th try.
Dude, I can't move. I can't move. My camera. Oh my god. Go! Dude, what is wrong with this controller? Is it gonna die or something? Holy shit, dude.
Moving on, I went and talked to Solaire, who is a goat and helped me in some upcoming boss fights. I ran to the giant bridge with the dragon so I could unlock the shortcut back to the undead bird shrine.
Okay. Whew. There we go.
I decided to buy a bow from Firelink Shrine so I could get an easy early game weapon, the Drake Sword. In order to get this sword, you have to go underneath the bridge and shoot the dragon's tail off. This is normally a very easy task, but with the Wii Remote, I struggled to get the aim down. I still ended up getting it, and this would make the next section of the game a lot easier. But this weapon does not scale with your attributes, so it becomes useless pretty fast. Using the Drake Sword, I was able to light the next bonfire. This bonfire would allow me to upgrade my weapons as the blacksmith in the game is located here. I continued towards the next boss, the Gargoyles guarding the first bell, and made it to the arena but died quickly as there are 2 of the Gargoyles and it was a bit overwhelming with the Wii Remote. I decided I'd try to get Solaire to help this fight, but that meant I would have to become human again and not die on my way up to the arena. This proved to be much more difficult, as dealing with multiple enemies seemed to be the hardest part of this run. I did some soul farming, and a lot of dying for the next 2 hours to try and prepare for the fight. I was under the assumption I would need to spawn both NPCs, but just having Solaire was more than enough. He did way more damage than I was expecting, so the fight didn't last long.
Stuck on that? Really? Really? That was the easiest fight of my life and I was stuck on that?
I accidentally fell off the map trying to climb a ladder with these stupid remotes. But luckily I made it back in one try so I could retrieve my souls, and finally rang the first bell. I wanted to take care of the next boss as soon as possible, so I switched to the Claymore as the Drake Sword was starting to already be unusable, and made my way deeper towards the Moonlight Butterfly. This boss would be super easy. All I needed to do was become human again and run past a bunch of enemies, and then spawn the wizard NPC since I don't have any feasible long-range weapons for this fight, and using the bow would be painful. I beat the butterfly pretty quick.
Get her! Go, Beatrice! Yeah, let's go, Beatrice.
And made my way back to the blacksmith to level up some more. After upgrading, I would need to backtrack a bit to get to the Capra Demon's location. This was by far the most difficult run back and boss fight yet, but I was having to fight the camera more than anything. It took me over 2 hours of attempts to finish this boss fight. Half the time I would die before even getting to the arena. I ended up unlocking a safer shortcut, which made the run back a lot easier, and then I was able to get the perfect dodge and setup to beat the demon. Which would now unlock the key to the depths. So I went back to the Firelink Shrine to catch up with some of the NPCs there.
you sure about this?
I headed straight to the depths, where I found a large ember which would allow me to upgrade my weapons even more. I trekked forward, fighting a giant rat and finding the next bonfire. I tried to explore a bit, but I was attacked by a giant blob. So I decided to head straight for the next boss fight as I was on a roll. The Gaping Dragon was my next target, and I knew he would be extra difficult on the Wiimote. I used my first 2 attempts to gauge his difficulty and attack patterns, and then was able to beat him on the 3rd try. I think the large arena helped a lot with this boss and made him much easier than the last one. Also, I'm just the greatest Souls player to ever live, so there's that.
Oh my god, I win. One more. Second try or 3rd try. Let's go.
After defeating the Gaping Dragon, I started my descent towards Blighttown. This is by far the hardest section of the first half of Dark Souls, and playing with my Wii Remote made it about as miserable as you could imagine. After running to the first bonfire, I spent almost 30 minutes just trying to get past all the random enemies, tucked in every corner, on the way to the next bonfire. I finally made it down and started to farm these giant leeches for Titanite, so I could upgrade my claymore to the max level before I attempted the next boss. After about an hour, I was able to collect enough Titanite and made the long run back to the blacksmith. I made sure not to rest at any bonfires, which would make the run a lot more difficult. But then, once I finished upgrading, I could just die and respawn back in Blighttown, since I still can't fast travel yet. And of course, when I got there, I was 1 Titanite short. God damn it. I took my anger out on that one electric thingy boss, and now it's finally time to tackle the hardest boss of the first half of Dark Souls. Amazing timing to get raided for the first time of this playthrough. Anyways, now it's time to fight the hardest boss, Chaos Witch Quelaag, on a Wii Remote. All of this preparation and planning, and I beat her first try. I guess I really am getting good with this Wii Remote. Maybe I should play all the Souls games on one. I rang the second bell, which unlocked Sen's Fortress, which is going to be another headache. I spent almost 2 hours trying to navigate through this fortress, and it was absolute hell. The stick drift on the Wii was getting worse, and the little walkways and hard-hitting lizards that my claymore did like no damage to were extra aggravating. To save you guys from having to watch me suffer, here's a compilation of me dying.
Okay. What the fuck? God.
I finally made it out of the fortress and towards the final boss fight of the first half, the Iron Giant. This was another boss fight that I knew was going to be easy as long as I stayed close to him, and I was able to beat him on the first try as well.
Hey.
This has become a common theme of this video, where getting to the boss is 10 times harder than actually fighting the boss. Anyways, I triggered the cutscene and was brought to Anor Londo. To be continued. If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. If this video gets to 500 likes, I'll do a part 2 and finish the whole game on a Wii Remote. My most liked video right now has 350 likes, so I know this is a reach, but I want to make sure I'm spending my time making content you guys want to see. So in the meantime, I'll be working on some other stuff. Make sure to stay tuned.